Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Jenny Allen, and before we get started, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you turn on your notifications and you thumbs up this video. So for today's video, we're doing Proverbs chapter 20. I hope that this series is really ministering to you. So the overall theme of Proverbs chapter 20 is wisdom waits and wickedness. Wisdom waits and wickedness. So I'm picking out a few verses from Proverbs chapter 20 just to share with you. So the first verse is, wine is a mocker, strong drink is a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. Wine mocks. Strong drink can lead you to become a brawler. And if you let alcohol lead you, then you are not wise. Be careful how we drink. Be careful how we take things into consideration, because, you know, we've all seen people who are drunk, and it can take an alcohol, alcohol can betray your innermost thoughts, because when you're slightly tipsy or drunk, you tend to say what is really on your heart. But it can also mock you, and it can, put you in a state of disgrace. We see people, especially here in London, when people are drunk and they can't walk properly, they end up fighting, they get into arguments, their clothes are disheveled. They look a complete embarrassment because they have allowed the effects of alcohol to lead them astray. So don't allow wine to mock you. Don't allow strong drink to make you brawl, because it will show that you are not wise. So all things to be done in moderation, and make sure that if you do take alcohol, that alcohol is done in a taken moderately, because you don't want it to embarrass you. Okay, so then we're going to have a look at verse 3. It is honorable for a man to stop striving, since any fool can start a quarrel. It is honorable for a man to stop striving, since any fool can start a quarrel. Stay away from strife, basically. Me, for one, I don't like strife, because it takes a lot of energy. You get into conflict, and it is time consuming, and it is draining. It drains you emotionally, it drains you spiritually. So if you're in a strife with anybody, try and do a reconciliation, or stop. Basically, the Bible is telling us to stop striving, because any fool can start a quarrel. So we need to walk in the capacity of being honorable, not to get involved in strife, not to get involved in a quarrel, because when you do that, you may look like you're the fool, or you're the one that's backing out, and it can make you look simple, as it were, or you're afraid. But no, it is an honor for you to stop striving. It's not worth it. Is all that hassle with strife, is all that hassle with quarreling, is it really worth it? And the answer is no. Because the Bible says any fool can start a quarrel, and it takes a lot to end strife. But to end it, sometimes we have to take the position of stepping back. So, and then not the final one, verse 4, we're going to have a look at verse 4. The lazy man will not plough because of winter. He will beg during harvest and have nothing. So if you're not somebody who's willing to plough in the winter, when it comes to harvest time, you're not going to get anything. So let me take the example of saving. When things are difficult, if you're not a saver, If you're somebody who's lazy and you can't be bothered to save or set up the things that you need to be able to save, then when it comes to reaping the rewards of saving, which is the interest, albeit the interest might be a little, but the interest, the ability to, when things get difficult in life or you have an emergency, you will have the benefit of going to that savings account and taking out that money to deal with your emergency. But if you're not bothered to, if you can't be bothered to save, or if you can't be bothered to do the things that you're going to need to do during winter, then when it comes to a harvest, you won't receive anything. So take the time to plow in the winter time. Take the time to save if you have to. Don't be caught up like this lazy man who refused to do what he should have done in winter time, when things were quiet, when things looked as if nothing was moving. For example, here in London, I've seen a few people who during COVID, when everything was on lockdown, some people managed to pay off their credit card bill because they were spending so much money on clothes and whatever. They, instead of using that money, some people weren't traveling to work and they saved on petrol and bus fares, etc. And they saved that money and they used that money to pay off their credit card bill. And my daughter was telling me one story of a woman, young woman. She paid off all her credit card bills during the pandemic, during lockdown here. And then she ended up having quite a lot of savings. So when it was the winter time, when we were locked in, when things were not happening, she made a decision to clear her cards. And she did. She wasn't lazy about it. She was industrious and she was prudent, as we were hearing about yesterday. And when it was time for the harvest, when she went to her bank account, she had savings and she has no credit card debt. No credit card debt. So the lazy man will not plow because of winter. He'll make an excuse. Oh, it's cold outside, it's snowing, I can't go out there. He's making an excuse not to plow, not to put in the work. But this same man will beg when other people are harvesting, when other people are reaping the rewards of sowing and ploughing in winter. Don't be like this lazy man. Don't be like this lazy man. And then the final verse that we're going to have a look at is verse 7. The righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. It's really important for parents to walk in integrity and to live a life that will set their children up for their future, because the Bible says here that your children are blessed. No parent is perfect, no mother is perfect, no father is perfect. No home situation is ever perfect. We can all look back and see, where we could have done things better as parents, or we can see the error of our parents' ways. But if we endeavor, because I'm a parent and I'm a grandmother, if we endeavor to walk in righteousness, if we endeavor to do the right thing and walk in our integrity, that determination to do the right thing, our children will receive a harvest from that. And people will always remember, if we take the time to sow into other people and bless other people, when our children become of age, these same people, or even their children, if their children know about it, they will remember the goodness that the parent did towards them, and it will favor that particular individual's children. So it's always best. You will never lose walking in integrity and doing the right thing. It may look difficult at the moment, but in the long run, it will end up being a blessing to yourself, and it will end up being a blessing to your children. Okay, God bless. Thank you for listening to this mini Bible study. And I pray that you receive something from this. Make sure that you're subscribed, that you've thumbs up this video, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Okay? God bless.